Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today we're gonna do Dragon Ball Super Episode 49 review. And today with me again is Richard Cora Kenobi. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, bro. Once again, happy to be back, and we should probably explain why we're a few days late with this.
We're late mainly because I had a lot of stuff going on this week. Obviously, Sunday was Super Bowl, which is crazy in itself. But then there was a lot of other things I had to take care of the last couple of days, so I wasn't able to do this. But now we are finally doing it.
Yes.
But I also want to, before we get into the review, I also want to remind everyone. I remind people earlier, but I think I need to refresh people since this is a new arc, that this is an English dub review, and we are talking about the English version of Dragon Ball Super. So you have to treat this as a premiere, even if you have watched it in the Japanese version. We are treating this as if we are first watching it right now, because that is literally how I am reviewing it as well. Not so much you, Richard, but for anyone that's watching this, this is an English dub anime channel review for any of my reviews that I do, so this is the same. So I just want to remind that people is no spoilers from the Japanese version, because this is treated as a premiere.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's get this going with episode 49, and it's heating up now with where we're going with this Goku Black / Future Trunks arc. Right now, so it starts off really we're left off with Trunks. He came from the time machine, and at the end we had him trying to punch Goku, the superhero man, because he thinks he's Goku Black. And of course, they show it kind of starting, the shaking and stuff like that, and Goku is like, like he's like kind of stunned by this, and then Bulma's like, "Stop doing that to Goku," or whatever,
Yeah, like she basically snaps him out of his post-traumatic she basically snaps him out of his trauma, and he realizes, "Oh my goodness, Goku, it's you! But how are you alive? The last time I saw you, you were killed, or you died." And basically,
he explains that he came back to life, for the Cell Saga after he sacrificed himself for the good of the Earth, because that's what a superhero does. And he reminds him about that, but he's like, "Well, I'm back to life again, because I'm back to life."
Yeah, exactly.
So Trunks, apologizes to Goku, and and then Trunks, eventually gets into what, we're talking about, this new Goku.
Yes, but before that, we get kind of a touching moment where he breaks down by seeing Bulma again. Because,
he was very emotional about that.
Yeah, which was very nice, because, again, you got to remember, like, he just, minutes ago, an hour ago before he came here, he just saw his mom die, so it was very relieving to see him have her in his presence again, so it was very nice. And we also, of course, get this moment where, father and son are reunited. He just says, hello, father. And Vegeta, being the stoic.
Kid Trunks had a reunion, too, in the weird type of way.
Yeah, and basically this is where we get into the whole, okay, they finally explain it, that both Trunks and older Trunks are not brothers. They're not clones. They're not even twins. Yeah, exactly. Like, their theories are shot down. Like, Bulma explains, they're the same person, just this Trunks is different from the Kid Trunks that we know. So it's kind of like Future Trunks and Kid Trunks are younger and older brother. So, of course, we get a little nice introduction, which again is very nice, and we quickly go over to the time machine.
Oh yeah, well, also just fun, they had a little funny thing with Pilaf and his gang, and they had all that little interaction there. until they get
Yes.
to the whole time. Oh, and also the Beerus thing too. Beerus talks to
Oh
Trunks
yes. Yes,
about
like
how manipulating time and stuff like that.
yes,
And
like
so
this
then
is
they go to
one.
the time, but yeah, that's basically what they were doing during the whole conversation. Then they get to the time machine, as you were saying. Bulma talks about the time machine.
And
Beerus is like, "Oh yeah, so he is from the future. You're manipulating time and stuff like that."
yes, and
And then
Whis
they
even
have a little,
explain. Yeah, and
yeah,
Whis
Whis
even
explains it. What's up? You go.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Whis explains that, okay, while he's impressed that humans could develop this, time traveling is a serious crime and it's not to be taken lightly. And then we basically just get an explanation on, and this is kind of conflicting a little bit because time travel in the original Dragon Ball Z arc and the manga was told differently. So Weiss pretty much gives us a new explanation about time travel and just telling us that when you do these certain things, it sets off a chain of reaction to something else. So that's basically it. And
Yeah,
Beerus,
that's kind of a contradiction to
yes,
like
it,
you
it
said
is.
to because Future Trunks had said, if I die here, I won't be or revived, in like the other line, or if they changed, the androids from that timeline, they wouldn't, be good or they wouldn't be dead in his timeline
Yes,
or vice
like it,
versa. So
yeah. So the fact that they're contradicting this is it's a little head scratching. It's not something I would be that. It's not something I could consider getting mad at, but it is something I would understand why people are not particularly thrilled about because yes, we know at this point that Future Trunks' time machine operates on a different theory that was talked about and set up. But, for the purposes of this arc, we'll just accept it. But I believe it's going to get a lot more confusing. But I can just let it go. And we
yeah,
also
I
get
know,
a.
but like yeah,
Yeah,
I know. Like you said, within the future, the whole thing it's different. But they kind of changed stuff before. But
exactly. Yeah.
my whole concern with the whole future thing is, them, trying to lay the groundwork for the different timelines that are being set up. Because there are multiple
Yes.
different timelines. Not just the one Trunks was from. There was another future timeline. That's the one that actually Cell came from. That was the one that Gohan defeated too. So that's going to be something that's going to be probably something that a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans are going to kind of be concerned about, is that the
Yes.
alternating the timelines in itself is going to be different. But also what happens too is when Trunks realizes this. Also, by the way, I just want to mention this too. Where is the Galactic? Where's Jocko when this is all occurring? Since this isn't supposed to be his expertise, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure it would be very hard for Jocko to arrest Future Trunks.
I know, but I'm just saying that this is something like right up his
Yeah.
alley. He should
It,
be there, and he's not.
Exactly, yeah. So then we actually get this very funny moment where Beerus decides, okay, where Trunks
Yeah, I should blow up the
pleads,
planet.
yeah, yeah, like Trunks pleads with Whis, calling him a god, and Whis tells him that it's flattering
That
you
was
consider
funny.
me.
That was funny, by the way.
Yeah, but yes, it was. But then he reminds him that no, Beerus is the god. I just help him. And Trunks does what Goku did when he first saw him and misassume and doesn't think much of him because, and I know a lot of people are going to ask, well, wait a minute, hasn't Trunks already met Beerus in his timeline? We'll get to that. But this is the first time he's meeting him, so he's pretty much pleading with Beerus. Beerus at this point wants to destroy the time machine, but if he does that, then he's pretty much going to screw over Trunks. So everything gets resolved when they eat what they call salmon sausage, if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
what was that? What was that? Like it was like a Samus. It was was it like a? I thought it was a hot dog. I thought it was a
Um,
hot dog when they is that what they actually look like? Like,
a
because it looks
salmon
like a hot
sausage.
dog.
It
Yeah,
does.
it
It does
doesn't
look
look
like
like a
a hot.
sausage. A sausage gray, man. Like,
I know it's very well. Sausages come in many different colors. Well,
yeah,
not
it's true,
many.
actually.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have no idea what salmon sausage is. I may have to look that up later. But anyway, they all eat
Must be
some.
some Japanese food.
It must
I'm
be.
a,
It must be.
I'm imagining because I mean the Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z is a Japanese anime.
Yes, exactly. So Everything is resolved. Trunks is parted of having a time machine, and
Can we talk
he
about
quickly.
wait, did you mention about like future Trunks, the name that Beerus like got like when he first said him?
Oh, no, I didn't. What did he call him again?
Called the flaky cat or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did.
I
He
thought
did.
I thought it was funny though when he said it was like, oh, it's like what? It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're God.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
very godly. Yes. So after that's all settled, Bulma takes a look at the time machine and she's trying to understand. She's basically going to try and fix it, and
trying to
she
fix
gets
it.
yeah. So she gets assistance from the Pilaf game, but she quickly discovers that there's a notebook underneath the seat
The
compartment. So
memo.
yes, exactly. And while that's going on, Trunks catches up with Goku and Vegeta, and they're curious, like, what happened? So Vegeta actually asks, "Is it Majin Buu?" And Trunks
Trunks
says,
like,
"No,
no,
it's not."
not.
Yes, and we get basically a flashback
Flashback,
of
which I thought was really cool too, when they were showing
yes,
that. It was
yeah,
like, oh shit, we're gonna find out what happened here. Like, and
yeah,
then they basically show Future Trunks. Like, Future Trunks basically said, I barely was able to beat him, but I did beat him. And they show the flashback with Babidi, Deborah, and Future Trunks. Future Trunks is fighting. He's fighting Deborah. You know, he's using the spit wads. His spit freaking sword turns to stone or whatever. Because you all remember, you know, the spit turns to stone. For the recap for Dragon Ball Z fans is anytime Deborah spits something and it goes on them, automatically turns to stone, and the only way you can be unturned to stone is unless you kill Deborah. And if he touches you, you get basically destroyed or whatever. So here's the thing interesting about this whole
yes,
sequence is after the sword is turned to stone, basically what happens is Deborah is spitting Trunks, right, with his spit
yes.
wad, and it's like he's blocking it with his hands. And I'm like, what the hell is this? You can't do that. You can't do that. That's not like it's not supposed to happen like that. You're supposed to turn to stone now. Which, by the way, I don't even understand the logic behind Deborah doing this because Trunks is the only person on Earth in his timeline that has a power level, and he freaking is like, you know, basically gonna turn him to stone. Like, how's that
Well,
gonna help Majin Buu?
yeah.
So
Well, again,
yeah, he
this
does destroy him, by the way.
yes,
After
and
that,
this does show us that, as I keep saying, Trunks is the top. He's in the top three with Goku and Vegeta. So it honestly it makes sense to me how he'd be able to block those spit wads with his bare hands.
but I
But
don't
what's
think
all,
anyone else has been able to do it, has they?
no, not really. I mean, Gohan definitely could.
But
But
they
yeah,
never showed it. I mean, like the one time, if you remember when they had the battle,
yes.
Deborah and Gohan, the one time he used the spit, freaking would go, it went on his glove, and Gohan basically took it off and just let the glove turn to stone and get
Exactly.
destroyed.
Yes. Like I
So he never
said,
tried to block it. That's
yeah,
my point,
exactly.
though.
Well, at that point, you know, the difference between Trunks and the quick difference between Trunks and Gohan is that Trunks has still been training all of his life because he's still trying to make the future better. While Gohan at that time, he hadn't been training that much because he had been going through school. So there's a clear difference there. But what's also interesting, because I know a lot of people are going to be asking, like, how did Trunks get the power to defeat Dabura and Babidi? Basically, it was more explained in the manga, but I can give the short version here. He basically was trained by both Kibito Kai and the Grand Kai. Not the Grand Kai.
Not the Grand Kai. Grand Kai's filler.
Yes. But he was basically trained by the Kais, the last two Kais in his universe. So they trained him. They gave him the same training they gave Gohan in the main timeline, except this time Trunks didn't break the Z Sword. Like he
Which
was
means
actually able
Elder
to.
Kai was never brought back then, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So basically, then he goes off to try and stop them, but in the end, both Deborah kills both Kibito and the Grand Kai, so they both are dead, and that's it. So Trunks is able to finally unlock Super Saiyan 2 which he has never had. So for those of you wondering,
wait a minute. I want because I just want to put notes up. I just want to note something right now because I'm pretty sure he unlocked it in the Cell Saga, but you're saying that he unlocked it right now with against Deborah.
Yes, like this is the first time he unlocked Super Saiyan 2.
No, because it's really interesting too. Because we're going to get into something later that Goku says because this whole controversy. But it's really interesting because at least in the dub, now I can't speak for how the mangas are and everything else, but at least from the dub, and this is what caught me off guard when you were telling me this earlier, was that he unlocked it now but didn't actually have it necessarily in the Cell Saga like we all thought he did.
Yes, like he was using the Super Saiyan transformation that people assumed was Super Saiyan 2 in the Cell arc. It was called Ultra Saiyan, which basically is the buff Saiyan, or grade 3 as it's called. But that is what people assume his Super Saiyan 2 form was, which it wasn't. It was just a buff form that he only used once, and he hasn't used it since. So
I don't think anyone was using it because didn't they slow down their speed?
Cell
exploited. The Cell basically exploited
exactly,
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. It's really interesting because in a lot of the video games they said he had Super Saiyan 2, so that was also a misconception too.
Yes, it was. But anyway, so yeah, after he explains that, he apologizes to Goku and tells him who finally attacked him and why he's come back. Basically, after he had defeated Dabur and Babidi, an even worse foe showed up, calling himself Goku Black.
Yes, that's when Goku Black showed up.
Yes, and he basically spent an entire year fighting him, and slowly his Earth is dying, and there's not many humans left. So he has now come back to gather reinforcements, and Vegeta takes this as a sign of he was running away, basically. Like, he's giving his son the pep talk that you should have stayed and fight, which technically Vegeta doesn't know that Trunks did try to stay and fight because he was able to hold off Black, but
it's always funny that Vegeta is always this guy's oh, you're never supposed to run away. You're never yet.
Yeah, but
going gets tough, he goes going when he's about to go.
Yeah, but in Vegeta's defense, he's most likely angry that Trunks, his son, has basically been beat to shit for a whole year in his time, and he recently and his wife just got killed. Not his main one. It's not the main Bulma, but just remember, Vegeta does love Bulma, regardless if it's not.
Well, technically, let's get the technicals over here. Is technically Vegeta and Bulma were never married in the future timeline.
Well, they were.
No, they weren't. They wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been because think about it for a second here. Because when Vegeta and Bulma, they had sex, they weren't actually married.
They weren't.
They weren't married at that time. So when they had the kid, they probably. Well, no, I'm saying they would have if he had lived. But he didn't live in the future timeline, so he never actually got married to Bulma in the future.
No, but he did care. But the future Vegeta did obviously care about her. But yes, you're right. They technically were never married. But it still doesn't matter because the main Vegeta still loves Bulma. Regardless if it's a future version he never met and he never got married to because, well, he died. It doesn't matter. He's obviously just pissed off that now Bulma is dead. So... but basically they discussed the plan on, future Bulma, in the likelihood that she died, she gave her past self a guide to how to upgrade and fix the time machine, so that way not only could she get fuel for it, because remember, the fuel in the main timeline is now more common than the future one, so... And obviously, she could upgrade the cockpit so it could fit 3 people.
So so they can upgrade it, and with the tech she already has with it, she doesn't really have to do that much work around it.
Yeah, she just needed the instructions. Yeah, so basically now that she has the instructions, she knows what she's doing. She pretty much they all make this packet plan to go back to the
Go back to
future.
the future.
Yes, exactly, and avenge future Bulma. So then after that, we see that future Trunks and Goku spar. So
Spar, which
Goku,
is awesome. I just love this.
yes, like
You know, you
this was a
see,
total flashback. This is like pure. This is like a nostalgia fight from Dragon Ball Z when they first met. So, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, so
but basically what happens is Goku goes Super Saiyan, Trunks goes Super
well, no,
Saiyan.
Trunks starts
Then
off.
Goku. Then
Well, no,
oh yeah, you're right. Trunks
Trunks
starts off with Super
goes.
Saiyan 2. And
Yes,
Goku
and
was like, Goku even said, "Oh, you're starting off with Super Saiyan 2." Now that right there is where the contradiction comes in, because he says, "Oh, you're starting off with Super Saiyan 2," implying that he already knew that he had Super Saiyan 2, which is what
I don't think
Cell
that.
Saga controversy.
Yeah, I agree, but I think what he meant by that when he said, "Oh, you're starting off at Super Saiyan 2," he was able to recognize that Trunks is at Super Saiyan 2. Like Trunks obviously at this point is not using. We can assume because every time we now see Trunks in Super Saiyan, we assume it's automatically Super Saiyan 1, but Goku just clearly said it's Super Saiyan 2. So maybe Trunks.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. It was like, oh well, Super Saiyan 2. So I mean, that makes sense too. Well, because the way he said it, it was like, oh, he's not surprised that he sees him in that level.
Yes, exactly.
So I always took it. Well, I mean, when I watched it, I mean, I took it as like, oh, because he had it, since the Cell Saga. Now you're saying that he's got it when he fought Deborah. So I don't know. Like, I mean,
yeah, like
this
not.
Could have been just like them saying. I don't know if he said this in the Japanese version this way, but
he did.
like,
yeah, he did. He's
just
okay.
So I don't know that.
He's surprised.
I was going to say
that,
it possibly was a dub.
Yeah, he's surprised that Trunks is starting off at Super Saiyan 2. Like and this is probably a little wink to, okay, this is the first time we see him. But anyway, so they both go Super Saiyan 2 and they're powering up, but when they power up, they're causing a whole hurricane in the city. So this gives you an idea that, okay, they're both still powerful as hell, even though Goku at this point, unknown to Trunks, Goku has God Ki, but power skills.
Yeah, he doesn't know that yet. So Bulma basically puts them into a ball thing.
Field. Yeah,
force field. And then Goku goes Super Saiyan 3.
Well, no, before this,
sadly.
Before that,
what I missed.
Before that, they both start fighting, and Trunks is basically coming at Goku with everything because Goku wants to see.
Yeah, he wants to see what's going on here.
Yeah, so he's able to push Goku back, and they put a lot of emphasis on that because even Kid Trunks is like, "Oh my goodness, he's pushed him back." Now, yeah, he didn't actually, land a hit on him, but the fact that he pushed him back, this is giving you a clear indication on how Trunks has become very strong since the last time. So then, as you said, Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, which, by the way, I
am still salty. Every time he goes Super Saiyan 3 and he doesn't use that music that we all freaking know from Bruce Falconer Productions, made it by Julius the Boss. I don't want to not discredit him because he made it.
Yeah, but to be fair, in the Z arc, once he started using Super Saiyan 3, he never used that. They never used that song for his transformation again. So it's kind of like
they used it a couple of times though.
Oh, okay.
Not as much though. Yeah, I know what you're saying because they always mix stuff in. That's what they did with Falconer stuff.
Anyway, so he goes Super Saiyan 3.
Cringe a little bit,
Yeah, no, it's understandable. But yeah, he goes Super Saiyan 3, which, by the way, I love that he went Super Saiyan 3 because at this point Goku doesn't need to go Super Saiyan 2 and 3, but I'm happy he still has them, and it brings a smile to my face whenever I see Super Saiyan 3.
He can still do it at any time. I think the concept of him doing Super Saiyan 3 was he wanted to see if he was as strong as the Super Saiyan 3 level before resorting to going to the God powers.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So pretty much he marvels the transformation at Trunks, and Trunks is just overblown that, okay, he was able to unlock a Super Saiyan level beyond Super Saiyan. So then after that, yes, exactly. Yeah, so basically, Trunks comes at him with
the sword. Comes at with the sword, which I just want to say this right here. This is probably the best scene in the whole episode because I thought it was just so ironic because he stops it with his fingers, which is exactly what he did when they first met. I mean, it was only one, funny. This was four, but
it's funny because there's a difference here. Like when he did that in this episode, when he came at him with his strongest blow with the sword, it was so powerful that the impact was able to, break the force field.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can see Goku is holding it with his fingers, but you can kind of see he's either struggling with it or he's just like he's trying to keep it from coming at him. So it is very awesome. And of course, after that, it just reminds us that okay, these two have gotten so much stronger than when they first fought. So this is kind of a revisited version of that, which I loved. So then, Trunks goes down. Goku picks him up and he compliments him. And before this, actually, like Beerus even says he's impressed with how strong this kid is. So this whole episode is just showing us and praising how future Trunks has become so strong. And even Goku,
because he never can stop fighting because I mean, even after he defeated the androids and his cell timeline cell, he was still always in constant fighting because he's basically the protector, basically, of his timeline. So he's always had to stay that way.
Yeah, but what's funny is he's not obsessed with training like Vegeta and Goku are, but he still does it because he realizes, okay, if he wants to keep his future and city and timeline safe, he has to get stronger. So I like that. And again, Goku pretty much tells him he really should be proud of himself for how far he's come. Which, again, is just showing us that, god dang it, Gohan, if future Trunks can get stronger, then you can.
Yeah, Gohan, like, seriously, you need to start training again.
Exactly. So, then after this, we did skip over this one scene that involved Krillin and...
Krillin and Piccolo. Chi-Chi and Krillin and Piccolo, they talk about how the time machine's there, and then, basically Piccolo and Krillin go to see it. And after Goku and Trunks, are done sparring and they are on the ground again, that's when Piccolo and Krillin show up.
Exactly, which was very nice. And just when Trunks is about to explain what's going on to them, then before this, we actually see Black was looking for Trunks, but his ring, the particular ring he's wearing, it's glowing and it opens a rift into their dimension. So
it was basically like a black type of sky, like halfway through there.
Yes, and then we see Black show up, and oh my god, like I was waiting to hear this.
It was so weird seeing that because I'm like, wait, how does he have the power to do this?
Well, it's gonna be explained in 3 episodes, but to give you kind of a idea without fully spoiling it, the ring he's wearing is called a time ring. And if you notice that he's wearing a Patara earring, that particular ring that he's wearing is linked with the Kais. I won't say how, but it is going to be explained. So yes,
that's pretty interesting. Like, because if he can go into like different times, like why hasn't he done it like before? Like why didn't he try to do it beforehand?
Well, again, it's going to be it will be explained. It is going to be explained soon enough. But yeah, so basically. He gets there, and this is what I was waiting for to see in the dub. I wanted to see how is Sean Schemmel going to do this. Like, so as soon as Black talks, he says, "So you're Goku," and Goku says, "So you're Goku Black." So those 2 lines, it's so awesome to hear Sean Schemmel talk to himself.
Well, I mean, Dragon Ball Z, they've been pretty much doing that for a while, though. So,
I know, but it is kind of surreal hearing Goku Black talking to Goku, but it's Sean Schemmel basically talking to himself. Like, literally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's not doing it at the same time, though. Like, I'm sure he's doing all his Goku lines at once, and then he's doing all his Goku Black lines in a separate session.
Yeah, exactly. But it is nice. It is very nice, and that's where the episode ends. So,
yes. So, basically, Goku and Goku Black are about to fight in the next episode, and we all know the hope of the universe is going to take him down.
Yes, it is going to be interesting because the next episode is sure to be jam-packed with some... We're finally going to see Black and Goku fight, and from what it looks like in the preview, Goku will not be starting off with Super Saiyan Blue. He is going to try and fight Black in his Super Saiyan form.
Yeah, I would imagine because I imagine that he's going to try to see if he could fight in that way before he has to resort to the god forms.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
I'm sure he'll have to eventually, but we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
exactly. But this was a great episode. Once again, this is all three episodes are amazing, and it is very nice. This episode was just a blast from the past because it pretty much tells us everything that Trunks did, but it also gives us a great homage to Goku and Trunks' first fight. And it just shows us how far these two characters have come in terms of their fighting training.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really good. I did like it. I really did.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the next episode now to see my main man, the superhero man, about to take out Goku Black. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna give him that Kamehameha. You know, next.
Yeah, like it will. It's gonna be very fun. And I'm very excited. So yeah, this was just a great episode. I mean, there's really not much to say, and there's really not much to complain about. This was just a good episode.
Constant questionable plot holes and contradictions.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, wait till you get till the middle of this arc. That's when shit is gonna go out the window.
Okay. So awesome episode. And that's basically it for the review. We pretty much talked about everything. So comment, rate. If you like the video or my reviews, please subscribe. Also, you can go to Richard Korokanobi's. He does review videos too of other franchises. Also, all the links in the description box for groups and communities and all that stuff. Also, where you can legally watch the Dragon Ball Super English dub from the Toonami stream website or Adult Swim stream website or whatever it's called.
Yes. Yes, please support the official release.
Yes, support the official release, guys. Also, Funimation now does have it now too recently, but it's every 13 episodes they upload them each. I believe they have 39 episodes up right now, and they'll have 13 more by episode 54. By episode 54, they'll have 13 new ones.
Yes, exactly. So even if you don't have cable and you don't and if you don't have Funimation now, or if you basically just don't have cable, you're gonna have to wait a while to watch this. But hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, we're excited. We'll see you guys for the next episode. Which yes, as we said, it's Goku versus Goku Black. Which Goku will win?
Goku will. No. You know who's gonna win. Goku is gonna win this shit because he's the hope of the universe. Ally to good, nightmare to you.
Yes, but like I said, who's gonna win? You'll have to tune in to our review to find out.
Because it will be next time on Dragon Ball Z. So okay, that's it. I'm out, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Later, everyone.